What's up guys, my name is Ace, and we finally got official confirmation that we are in fact seeing Season 3 Reloaded this week on May 1st, so a couple days from now on Thursday. And today we got the full blog post and roadmap with everything we can expect to see, and honestly not too many surprises in here, but a few new pieces of information that we didn't know about before. So diving right into the new multiplayer maps we're going to be seeing, we actually got a little short trailer with a bunch of flyovers with these maps, and the first one we'll talk about here is Haven, which is a regular core 6v6 map. And this one has been rumored to be designed by Sledgehammer for Modern Warfare 3 originally, and then they held it back for Black Ops 6. That's not officially confirmed, just a rumor at this point. In either case, looking at the map overview and the flyovers, I'm really liking the look and structure of this. It seems like it has a nice overall structure. It's primarily going to be close to mid-range gunfights, nothing really super long range as far as I can tell, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting my hands on this one. Next, for a strike map, or 2v2 or 6v6 face-off style map, we have Signal, which is obviously going to be quite a small map, and very interestingly with this map, there is an underwater area, so you can actually swim completely under the map as far as we can see, from one side of the map to the other. And as much as I'm not really a huge fan of face-off and strike maps, I don't play them too often, I think this is a really cool dynamic that they're adding with this one in particular. That's something I feel like Black Ops 6 hasn't really taken full advantage of, is the swimming mechanics in this game. There are a few maps here or there that have water, like Lowtown for instance. That one's got tons of water on it, but outside of that, we don't really see a whole lot of water play with the game, and I wouldn't mind seeing them mix a little bit more in here or there. Now obviously I don't want the game to be totally taken over by underwater combat or anything, but it is nice to see at least a little bit more of an opportunity for that to happen. And then finally for maps with Season 3 Reloaded, we have Blaze Town, which is just a reskin of Nuketown, which we already have in the game, so I don't really consider this to be a new map, just a reskin of an existing map. And this one is weed themed along with a whole lot with Season 3 Reloaded. And the timing might seem weird on this. I believe all of this was intended to be coming right around 420, but with the delays to previous seasons, it ended up pushing everything back, and now it's just launching at a very awkward time. But that segues nicely into the events. And the first event that launches immediately with the season on May 1st is High Art. And this is one of those events that has a premium track that you can pay for, as well as a free track that you don't have to pay for. And in the free track, this is where we're going to be unlocking the new Ladra SMG, which we'll be talking about in a little bit, as well as the Goblin 762 mini rocket conversion kit. And we'll also be covering the details on that in just a little bit. And then on top of that, we do get a casual ops operator skin. Whereas in the premium track, this is where we get Seth Rogen skins. There's actually two of them. One you get instantly if you buy this, and the other one you have to grind for and unlock. And it's got a couple blueprints and a finishing move and stuff in there as well. Personally, not a huge fan of the whole premium track thing. I won't be buying this, but I will of course be going through the free track to get the base content like the new SMG. As for the other event they outlined, this one's going to be starting on May 6th, and it will run until the 15th as well. This one is Blaze of Glory, and with this one, it's one of those events where you gotta pick up things that drop randomly from enemies that you kill, or from supply caches in Warzone, and then you redeem those for the rewards, including the Vendetta perk, the Frost Blast field upgrade for zombies, and the highly decorated weapon camo with an additional variant for Season 3 Black Cell owners. And I'm really not a huge fan of these style of events where you just kill enemies, they randomly drop things, and then you have to go pick up the stuff to get them. But obviously I want to get the new perk, and finally we're going to be getting a weapon camo out of an event, and therefore it looks like it's going to be a universal weapon camo that we can use on any gun in the game. And this game has been severely lacking in camo rewards, especially universal camo rewards that can be used on any gun, so I am glad to see that at least. Now previously, they also mentioned there would be a COD endowment event at some point mid-season, and this one's called Got Your 6, but we didn't see anything about that as far as I can tell in the Reloaded blog today. So I don't know if they're postponing that till the next season, or maybe we will see it toward the end of the season and they just failed to mention it in the blog itself. But that's it for the events. Now let's circle back to the gameplay content we can expect to see for multiplayer. And all of this we have already heard about, but we got a couple more details on some of it at least. The first thing is the Vendetta perk, which is a tier 2 blue perk or a recon perk. And with this, on respawn, it marks your killer's last known position for a short duration, and you get bonus score for eliminating that enemy. They also mentioned that the Vigilance perk will be countering this, so it won't show that indicator if you kill somebody that's using Vendetta. And the little bit of extra information we got was an in-game image that shows what Vendetta will look like. You'll just get this indicator directly in the play space, so it's not just something on your minimap, for instance, it's actually in the play space itself. And the description does mention it shows their last known position, so this doesn't appear to track with them in real time. Perhaps it does move and update from time to time, though, to give you more information. Otherwise, if it doesn't do that, if it just shows where you died, I think that's kind of pointless, because if you know the map and you know where you died, then you know where you died. You don't need an indicator telling you that, and that would be a total waste of a perk. So I'm curious to see exactly how this ends up performing in game, and I will definitely be doing a breakdown once we get our hands on it. Next, let's talk about the new larger SMG that we're going to be getting. And with this, we already had all of this information. We just got this one new image. Essentially, it's going to be a full auto SMG with an extreme fire rate, excellent range, and low recoil, but it has lower base damage. However, apparently headshots are going to be quite effective with it. So I'm really curious to see how this stacks up against something like the Compact 92, which currently has the highest rate of fire in the SMG category. After that, we also have that mini rocket conversion kit for the Goblin Mark II, and this just converts it to full auto, and it gives you explosive rocket ammo that can deal splash damage, but it comes at the expense of bullet velocity and rate of fire. And just a reminder for both of these will be part of the first event that's coming right on Thursday. Now finally, on the multiplayer side of things, before we get into some Warzone details as well, we've got game modes, and the first limited time mode that we're going to be getting is the Joint Operations mode. And with this one, it's a gauntlet that challenges players across a series of multiplayer mode variants, including TDM, Domination, Hardpoint, Kill Order, and Kill Confirmed. And throughout the match, we're going to be getting various modifiers that apply to all players, including a plus 420 score bonus, so it looks like streaks are going to be really easy to earn once that's active, third person mode, visual impairment, double health, hardcore, paranoia sounds, low gravity, double jump, and increased movement speed. That's looking pretty familiar. I can't remember what that mode's called, but we have seen a mode like this as a limited time mode since Modern Warfare 2, I believe it was. And there we go. That wraps it up for everything we can expect to see multiplayer-wise for the remainder of Season 3, which looks like it's going to be lasting another 4 weeks. Now let's talk about some of the Warzone changes we can expect to see with the Season 3 Reloaded update. I know for the past several years I haven't been covering Warzone in videos like this, but I'm quite simply interested in Warzone these days. I'm playing it a little bit on the side, and therefore, since I am interested, I will be throwing that stuff in with these videos for as long as I am interested. And the first thing that's coming to Warzone, or coming back to Warzone, is the train. It will be active with Season 3 Reloaded, so you can use that to get around the map a little bit. It's also likely going to be a pretty hot drop early on. This one's really not much of a surprise. I think a lot of people will be happy to see it, as long as it doesn't create any performance issues or anything like that. On top of that, though, they're opening up the train station just like we saw in the original Verdansk, and I was a bit surprised to see them do this before opening the stadium up. It looks like the stadium will remain closed, at least for Season 3. I'm sure in future seasons they will end up opening that up as well, but for Season 3 Reloaded, the train station will be open. And then on top of this, something we learned about earlier that I didn't see mentioned in this particular blog post, but they did mention in the original Season 3 blog that mid-season, they would also be adding additional ascenders to get to various areas on the Warzone map. Something in places like the airport rooftop and probably several of these downtown as well, just to provide additional methods of getting to certain rooftops, because some of those can be nearly impossible to push effectively because there's literally just one staircase going up. And if you have a team locking down that staircase, there's really nothing you can do about that. Now, on top of that, for Warzone, we're going to be seeing high-value loot zones return, more contracts like the Big Game Bounty contract, the Train Recon contract, so that's part of the train itself, and a new vehicle, or returning vehicle to Verdansk at least. This is the dirt bike. And that's it for the content that they outlined for Warzone. However, we're also going to be seeing Battle Royale ranked play in Verdansk, and they outlined the ranked rewards that you would get here as well. They didn't really go into any detail as far as any adjustments they're making to the mode to make it different from the standard Battle Royale and more competitive, hopefully. It does have me wondering if they're going to have a separate blog outlining that, or if maybe they aren't going to be making any changes and it's just going to be the exact same gameplay. Time will tell on that one, but ranked play is coming. And there we go. That is going to wrap it up for all of the important pieces of information that we can expect to see for the second half of Season 3 for Black Ops 6 and Warzone. And just one last quick note here, something I did talk about last week that wasn't mentioned at all in this blog. We still haven't seen any word on the blueprint swap feature that was meant to come at the launch of Season 3, and it's still not here, and I haven't seen any mention of this as well with this updated blog, so it looks like this isn't coming for Season 3, maybe Season 4. Time will tell on that one, but this is where I want to hear from you guys in those comments down below. How are you feeling about Season 3 Reloaded based on what we've seen here so far? Do you guys think it's going to be a pretty good second half to the season, or not so much? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.